Hello. Welcome to my Minecraft world. This is a world I created about 2 years ago. I'm going to give you a little world tour, and I'm going to tell you sort of the rules I've been playing by. So, while I wait for it to turn that, I guess I'll explain. So I started this world in beta 1.7.3. I've been playing it on and off for the past 2 years. Just like out of the year, like maybe a month or two. And yeah, it's been a fun little world to play on. And every time that I sort of get bored of this this world, I take a break, and then I come back, and if I feel like it's time, I update it to the next major update. So I started in beta 1.7.3, and then when I felt that was too limiting, I moved to release 1.0, and then went to I believe 1.2 after that. Now I'm on 1.3.2, and I've been playing on that for the past few weeks. It's been really nice. I mean, obviously you can see I've sort of been working a lot on this little world. It's nothing too extraordinary, but I'll show you around. Yeah, here you can see that this was established a few years ago. And I guess I'll go in chronological order of when I made this stuff, or at least what I can remember. So this is my starter house, nice little beach house. I decided to settle here because of this bay here. It goes out to the ocean this way, and then goes out to the ocean this way. So it's a nice little sort of enclosed area of water that I could build around. So yeah, this house is, very basic, very simple. If we go down here, I got really lucky. And right as I was digging down to my mine, there's a little skeleton spawner here. So that was nice to get bone meal and eventually XP once that started being a game mechanic. And then, we come out here, and I eventually want to take this sort of path and run it all across the world, but right now it's only right here because I'm gonna be real. Making paths is kind of boring. This is the second major build I did. You can see the nice netherrack roof. I think this netherrack texture just makes a really nice roof texture. You see a lot of people who play beta using the netherrack for the roofs, and I think that's just a good practice. This is Mikey's Tavern. It's the nice place. There's I think 3 total bedrooms in here. Got one here, or maybe it's just 2. And this was built also in beta 1.7.3. I'll probably be able to point out what came first and what came later. These came a little later. You can tell by the stone bricks. These were made in release 1.0. These don't really have an interior. So, and it's a little ugly, but that's alright. These nice diagonal buildings, these were definitely still built in beta, and so is this smithy over here. This used to be a storage house. Now it's kind of just, eye candy. Something to fill out the space. And then this one, I don't even remember what I put in here. I think this was always just kind of empty. And then, yeah, this over here is the blacksmith. This is where all of my furnaces are. I don't really use this place much anymore, because I just have other places around that I use instead. This is my fishing hut. This was, back before we had a hunger bar to fill up. So, if I was ever, low on health, I would come out here onto this dock and fish. Then I had a few stored in this hut. And this is, I believe, a bakery? Something like that. This was release 1.0. I built this. Oh, creeper apparently. Hello there, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna stay in there. That's your house now. And then you can tell that, yeah, these were a little bit later. You have the different wood types. I really appreciate the sort of smaller block palettes for these earlier versions, but I feel like Beta 1.7.3 is just a little too limiting for me, so I like these sort of in-between versions before it got super complicated. But, you know, a little bit after it was just like, you know, a small handful of blocks to work from. So up here, this is my first castle. I'll give you a nice, better view of it. This castle, it used to be a mountain that reached a little bit lower than the top of the keep there. That I decided to just dig down by hand, and then with all the materials from that, I built this this fortress up here. And I think this is a very cool, sort of imposing piece of architecture. Obviously, this here was built in release 1.0, but like the actual main structure, this is all pre-release. This is all, you know, alpha, not alpha. This is all beta materials. Come in here. This is you know, my stables. Very loud cows. I used to have sheep in here too, but I moved them to a new location very recently. You know, we got these nice, pretty gardens in here. Up in there is an enchanting table. It's nothing really crazy beautiful on the inside of these, you know, guard houses and watchtowers and all that. Just kind of a wall. If you hear, you'll probably hear mobs and stuff. It's because I didn't light these up. It's actually, no, it's because this place is haunted, and those are the ghosts of the fucking damned. My throne room. This, very nice throne. I sit here, and all of my, 0 loyal subjects that they come up here and they ask me nothing because they don't exist. And you can kind of see here how, like, limited I was, because the only real, like, stone blocks I had are, like, cobblestone and smooth stone at this point in the game. And I guess, these stone slabs. It was very, you know, very one note. And this was also before you could just, like, put chests next to each other, and this is before trap chests also, so this is sort of my storage array I have set up in here. I've since sort of moved my main storage to my second keep, but no, this place, I come here and got my, like, bedroom up here, got my nice little art room where I appreciate this painting. Most of this place is empty. Maybe I'll furnish it at some point, but I kind of want to keep it as I originally built it, sort of, you know, nice, look back on the old times. Then we come up on the roof, you can see a nice view. That's for later. And sort of look over the town. Look over at the other keep and the cathedral. These were both built relatively recently. I think that was release 1.2, and this one was built in release 1.3.2. I'll show you a closer look at those later, but first we're gonna go back into town, because you might have seen it. There's this, I don't really know what to call it, a temple, a coliseum. I mean, it's not like a proper coliseum with like a battleground inside. But it's, you know, it's a pretty thing to look at. Almost like a Stonehenge type situation. I swear, mobs keep like phasing through fences and stuff, and then they teleport back. I don't know if it's a result of the Betacraft launcher just being buggy, or if it's just like the version of Minecraft I'm playing on that's just not as stable with mob locations. Eventually, yeah, I'd also like to get rid of this torch spam and replace it with some proper lighting, maybe something like we have here. Yeah, we come over here. This was, I'm gonna be honest with you, this was mostly made with duped blocks. I still have a few, like, duped blocks in that little shop stall over there. I'll show you that in a minute. But for the most part, everything is done, like, mined by hand and then built. I just have a few things that I didn't really feel like farming for. But this is a nice structure. It's very dangerous at night because this area isn't super well lit. But I think it's a cool little place to hang out. It's got a nice atmosphere. And I guess I'll take you over this way. And then we can look at the cathedral. Go over the bridge. This bridge took a hot minute to build, but I think it was so worth it. It really... Like, that's such a nice skyline. Sun's going down again. Nice sunset. Set across this little stone bridge here, little arch bridge. Stone bricks are just such a nice addition, added in release 1.0. It's very nice to just have like a third gray stone block that has a different texture than the other two. These over here are mostly empty. I mean, they're like kind of furnished, but nothing amazing. Another bakery, another little house. I want to fill in more of these smaller buildings around, but they're kind of a chore to make. Especially since they don't really serve any purpose. This over here was a duper. I don't know if it still works in this version. But I know it definitely did work when I made it. This whole cliffside area used to be very very craggly, very old beta generation was super noisy and not very smooth. But I've been smoothing it out so that I can fit some more buildings over here. This is the Chapel of Gunt. I'm not going to tell you what that means. You might be able to see it. There are iron bells in there. They're just iron blocks, but you know, they serve as bells in the bell towers. I didn't really build a way to get up into the towers. I probably should, but I haven't. This is a nice little place. I think it's pretty cool in here. I think it's a nice atmosphere. I like how the windows sort of light the place. Of course, I have to put torches in here so mobs don't spawn, but that comes with the territory. Yeah, we're gonna head over. This is my second castle keep. This is kind of my base of operations at the moment. You can see I have plenty of storage in here. This is where I keep all my treasures and my goodies, and you know, all the good stuff. Want to notice the old gravel texture? I have a resource pack on to keep it because old gravel I think is so much nicer than the new gravel texture. It looks a lot less muddy. Look down here. This is how I got the resources to build this castle. I just dug straight down, and I got lucky a second time. This is a zombie spawner down here that I just came across naturally. You wait up here a little bit, you'll probably hear him fall in. There you go. Then you head on down here. This water at the bottom I put in to help me, you know, not die when I accidentally fall. It doesn't work. It's only a block deep. Yeah, here we got zombies. A nice little XP farm to do some enchanting. Enchanting is not very good yet. You know, it takes a lot of XP to do a single enchantment, and it's usually just like a single effect. So like this pickaxe has like efficiency 4 on it, and that's all it's ever gonna have on it until it breaks. Yeah, we're gonna walk along this this nice bridge here. This is a very convenient bridge, because otherwise the only way around would be to like swim across, or like maybe use a boat, or to go all the way around like we did here. We're gonna head over to my newest build that I think looks really nice. Yeah, let's walk on over here through this this front battlement. Hop on down. Find the cacti. I just didn't know where to put those yet. I think my next project's gonna be to flatten this area out, sort of fill it in, because I mean you can see all this super noisy generation. You can't really put anything here. But here, let me. This is my most recent thing I've built. Is the royal greenhouse. I think it looks rather nice. It's got some spruce in there, some oak in there. If there was spruce fences yet, this would all probably be like spruce with oak logs to keep the coloring consistent. But fences are still just crafted with sticks, so they don't really have any wood types yet. Walk on in here. This is my current sheep farm. You know, wool makes up a lot of the early Minecraft block palette. So you know, you gotta keep sheep. And this, I mean, just the atmosphere in here without, you know, the sheep fucking screaming at you is rather nice. You know, it's feels like a nice safe place to be, especially when it's dark out and you can see the mobs outside and you're nice and safe in here. You know, that's a vast majority of my world. There's a little bit through the Nether, because I wanted to get some new wood types when I moved to release 1.2. I guess I'll show you my like shitty falling apart Nether highway. Go on through here. There's a lot of gas through here, and obviously I made this this out of wood. I probably should have used wooden slabs, but you know, you live and you learn. I do have some dirt on me. I'm surprised. Maybe they despawned, but there's usually like 2 or 3 gas here just like absolutely beating the shit out of me. So here's my little lumberjack's hut. It's made out of, you can see jungle wood here. Because we do have a jungle right there, and a swamp just over this ridge. And this cobblestone sort of trail. I was looking for a desert, which I did eventually find, but it's really far out that way. Because I don't really have a desert close to my spawn, and I needed cactus for green sheep. Yeah, that's about it. I think it's you know, it's a pretty cool little world I've got. Just a fun little hobby I've been doing in my free time. I think that the switching versions has been nice to sort of, you know, have an evolving world. Sort of like, you know, when you were a kid playing this game, you know, if you were a kid in the 2010s. You know, your kid playing this game and new updates release over time. You get some new toys to play with as you go along in your little journey. There has been some slight bugs as I've updated versions, like the sea level in beta 1.7.3 is a little bit higher than it is in released versions. It's like 1 block higher, so at the edge of the chunk generation in this like original stint, there's just places where the sea level drops down to what I'm assuming is going to be the final sea level. Yeah, my Minecraft world. Thank you for watching.